I'm legally insane. And my wife left me and took the kids. Thanks a lot, Karen. Thanks a lot. You did me a favor, actually. She didn't know it at the time, but she did me a favor. Because guess what I've been spending all my money on ever since I ain't got no kids left to be feeding? See, the thing is, when you ain't got no kids, you save a lot of money. And I've been spending my money on retro video games and PS2 games. And I'm talking a lot of PS2 games. Because the thing is, I never had a PS2 growing up, okay? I never had one, and I didn't really care for it all that much either. I cared for the Xbox. I had an Xbox, but I ain't had no PS2 back in the day. And a friend of mine had a GameCube, but nobody wanted the GameCube back then. You know, times were different back then. The GameCube was seen as the baby console. We made fun of people that had a GameCube, but nowadays GameCube is like the coolest of the three, right? The GameCube is the top dog nowadays. GameCube beats Xbox, GameCube beats PS2 in terms of collectability, and in many cases the graphics as well. The colors, the graphics, the textures, whatever it may be. You know, comparing apples to apples, same game. Aside from that, I got some steal of deals. A lot of PS2 games. I'm going back to prison. Get the FBI on speed dial. Hit pause. Put the FBI on speed dial because you're going to be calling them by the end of this video. But you don't even need to call them because the guy that I bought these games from, he already called them for you. I'm on America's Most Wanted. Next week, you'll see me on the newest episode. They're still looking for me, but they'll never find me because I got all my my cell phones in this Faraday bag here. You don't know what a Faraday bag is? Look that one up. Little pro tip for you. You want to hide from the police? You're going to need one of those bags. I've been using one for a long time now because they've been looking for me for a long time for some unrelated reasons. So let's find out what I got hidden behind these adult-sized diapers, which you may want to be wearing. Final warning, put a pair on. You're going to need it. Double up because even I'm shocked at what I got. And even I was tempted to turn myself in and call the cops on myself. I almost did it once or twice. I should be locked up, but the thing is, I can't go back. When you sell up with a guy named Chocolate Thunder and spent 6 years in the slammer, you just don't go back. All right, guys, we're starting off with the heavy hitter, the top dog. Get your guns ready, 6 bullets in the chamber. You're going to want to blow your balls off. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, so I got... I'm about to show you 10 games. Well, actually, there's 12 in total. 10 of them are CD only. Okay? And you might be thinking, well, CD only games, they're not worth very much. Disc only? Don't you tell us all the time to not buy disc only get the CIB? Yeah, but there's an exception, and that's when you get a steal of a deal. And I got the big, I actually felt bad for what I paid. So I paid, I'll tell you the exact price, with shipping shipped to my door. Okay, we're talking all in costs. And I did feel bad. Honestly, I felt bad. It was in a private auction group, and for whatever reason, nobody trusted this seller. And I myself included, I didn't trust him either. I didn't think he was actually going to send them to me. But he did. Where is it? I'll show you the spreadsheet at the end here too. I keep a spreadsheet for all my games, find out what I paid and what sellers I bought them from. Okay, here it is. I paid $12 for 10 PS2 loose disc only games, plus $3.19 shipping. I think shipping prices have increased since then, but at that time, letter mail shipped. It's thin enough that it could go letter mail. $15.19 total. Okay? $15.19 total. All 10 games. I wish I was lying to you. I wish I was. And guys, this is my last video. I'm going to jail. The Punisher, PS2, disc only. Good condition. I checked the back already. Trust me. I checked the back. I'll show you the back. The camera might not pick it up, but it's good, man. Well, you're going to have to see it to believe it. So let's just dive right into the chart because I had to see it to believe it. I had no idea that this game had continued to tear higher and at a more and more rapid pace in recent times. I knew the game was going up long term. That was an obvious. And by the way, this is a third-person shooter released in 2005, if my memory serves correct. I used to have the OG Xbox version. I sold it like an idiot. Regretted it later. Somebody in the comment section told me not to sell it too, and I sold it. Also got a good deal on that one. Sold it though, because the Xbox version has shorter load times and better graphics. Basically, better lighting, better textures, better shadow effects. But this version, loose copy sells for $73.10, 144 CIB, which in US dollars, that is 52.73 loose disc, 105 rounded up CIB USD. Chart-wise, this thing has been going up since 2014. It just always goes up. That's just the way it works. It's never stopped going up. When you get these little dips here and you get some retard on the internet crying about how we're trying to tell you, not necessarily crying, but who actually thinks that the prices are coming down. I see it all the time. Every week I see somebody new on YouTube who has no idea what a long-term chart looks like. They see, oh my God, they'll make a video. Oh, PS2 prices are crashing. They're crashing. Look, probably made one in 2021. They're crashing. They were only up because of COVID. This thing's going back down to $10. Going back down to 20 at least. Oh, look at this. It's dipping. It's dipping. It's crashed all the way down to 40. Oh, it's going to 0, guys. The PS2 prices are crashing. Retro games are done. Buddy, they ain't done. Nothing goes straight up. Nothing goes straight down. This game, with a chart like this, that little dip ain't mean nothing. It ain't mean nothing. If anything, it's a good opportunity to buy. That's what that is. You get a nice little dip like that, and you know this game's going to $200. You buy the dip, all right? And this is going to come back down a little bit, most likely. These parabolic moves. This might dip down to 100, maybe 90. Look, little support at $80, really. $80 had some bounced off 80 pretty quick. 80 is probably your new bottom. You're lucky if you get this thing for 80, buddy. Plus shipping, plus taxes. Well, the thing is, why is this game going up? I'll tell you why. And why am I going to jail? And why, got to remember, so basically, if I paid $15 for 10 games, I'll tell you exactly what I paid for this right now. Let's do the math. I paid $1.50 per game. I paid $1.50 for a working copy of The Punisher. $1.50 Canadian. I'm not even talking USD. I'm talking Canadian dollars. $1.50. Hey, I didn't even think the seller was going to send it to me. I didn't think he was either. Shout out to the seller who sent it to me. I don't know if he wants me to say his name. And plus, he'll never see the video anyway. Guy named Jean-Luc. French guy, I take it. Shout out to Jean-Luc. So I've talked about this game before in one of my OG Xbox videos, but basically it's the claim to fame on The Punisher is the incredible level of violence. They wouldn't even make a game like this today. And I think that's also what's contributing to the price going up. It got pretty bad reviews back in the day on top of that. Undeserved reviews. It was underrated reviews, and it was underrated at the time. So I think a combination of it being an underrated game, and nowadays it's a cult classic. It's cult classic. It would not be going up in price if the market hadn't determined this to be a cult classic. If the market didn't think that they would ever make a game like this ever again, which is why this is going to 200, 300. I mean, who knows? Sky's the limit, buddy. 200, $300 Canadian dollars. It's coming. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next year, but it's coming. Yeah, so this game is known for being incredibly violent. They had to censor it. It was so violent, they had to censor it in order to just get the dang thing on the shelves. But even with the censorship, this stuff is the stuff of nightmares. Basically, you kill your opponents and you interrogate these enemies. Quote, interrogate, meaning you torture them. And sometimes you basically kill them in the most brutal ways imaginable, and realistically brutal too, like things that the actual Punisher would actually do, given the surroundings that you're given. Right, you use the environment, and in certain locations on the map, you can use certain environmental objects to quote interrogate, aka torture your enemies and brutally murder them. Great game. And it has an easy mode. You know I like my easy mode. I'm an old man gamer. I don't play nothing. If it's got an easy mode, I default easy mode. I don't care. Who am I trying to impress? Another thing I love about this game is it does have RPG elements. So basically you level up. It's not called a level up, but you get intel points, and you can choose how you want to upgrade your skills and abilities. Upgrading skills can lead to better weapons, new kill animations, quicker interrogations, and a larger health bar, essentially. So, great game. Check this one out if you don't already have it. And the Xbox version is cheaper, guys. If you want a cheaper version, go for the Xbox version, but the PS2 is just more collectible than the Xbox. That's just the way it is. All right, let's fly through some of these other ones. I wanted to focus heavily on the Punisher because that's the cream of the crop here. I got Sly 3, and I've never played any of the Sly games, and I am after the PS3 version, which is why I was shocked when I found out that this one is actually worth something. And it continues to climb in price at a very slow pace. USD is about $11.20. 1536 CIB. That's just, considering that there is a superior PS3 version, it's a little bit shocking. In fact, let me pull up the PS3 version right now. Here it is, the Sly Collection. And this one trades for about 50 bucks USD. Canadian, that's 65. Dang, man. This one keeps going up too. Oh, man, this is another monster hit. How am I not in prison already? Urban Rain? A lot of people to this day don't know about this one, and this is another one that keeps gaining popularity, just like the Punisher. Like, the more and more people find out about the Punisher every month, right? More and more collectors want the Punisher every month. That's why the price is going up. It's supply and demand. It's that simple. Supply and demand. 5 years ago, not nearly as many people wanted the Punisher. And when a game like this, Urban Rain, gets into the hand of a collector like myself, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't leave that collector's hands. Supply and demand. That's supply being taken off of the market that is unlikely to be added back to the market. Urban Rain, this is a beat 'em up, believe it or not. Namco is, am I right? Yeah, Namco. Namco beat 'em up. And this is another one that shocked me because, it's not like I'm looking at charts all day. I love charts. I love to look at them. But sometimes, it's not like I can keep up with 10,000 games. So I knew this one was going up long term, and I knew the price was going up by default. But I didn't know it was as expensive as it is. I paid $1.50 Canadian, and it's trading for $45.39, which is really high, disc only. 32 bucks USD, $55 CIB. Look at that chart. I mean, it's, again, just like the Punisher, it's gone straight up since 2014. It's never gone down. Other than your standard dips. The long-term trend is up. And you know what they say, right, guys? The trend is your friend. Write that one down. It'll do you wonders in life. One unique thing about it is that it does have some Tekken characters in it from the Tekken series, because it is a Namco beat 'em up, and it's another game that I think is turning into a cult classic. But yeah, I have a CIB copy that I won't be selling, so this disc only copy I will be selling eventually, but I'm certainly in no hurry to sell it because I know that the price is going to go up long term. All right, what else we got? Ooh, dang, this is another good one. Time Splitters Future Perfect. And if I didn't have this for GameCube, I would be interested in keeping it. But when given the choice between GameCube and PS2, I will choose GameCube 99% of the time. Oh yeah, this one has an interesting chart because it went to the moon at one point. 2021. I don't know what happened. You don't get a move like that just from the COVID boom. See, the first dip would have been the COVID boom, the 2020 boom. Anything beyond that was like something else. So maybe a YouTuber mentioned it, big name YouTuber. That seems to happen a lot. Or sometimes the market just does weird things. It's a little less common for the market to do a move like that on its own, though. Usually, some sort of trigger event has occurred. But yeah, beautiful friggin' run up there. 62 USD, like $10 million Canadian. Oh yeah, it's dipped down. It's found a bottom. Stuck in a trading range right now. Bottom looks to be about what is that? $25? Yeah, 25 at the bottom. Got a lot of support at 25. Paid $1.50. You know, this is worth good money. I can sell this. Oh, this is another cool one. Burnout. Burnout Dominator. Burnout series is really popular. I was, I never had any experience with it though. What did I pay for that? It trades for 863 Canadian. You know, roughly. These are just rough estimates, guys. It doesn't mean that you'll be able to sell it for $8.63. It just means, or 69 cents.
69.
It just means that this is roughly what it's worth. Loose disc copies are obviously harder to sell than CIB, but people do buy them and I have sold them. And I've gotten pretty good money for them. And here's the beautiful part about selling disc only that a lot of people don't tell you, especially resellers. Because I asked a guy on YouTube once, I wrote in his comment section, he's a full-time reseller. And I asked him, why are you taking... He had disc and box games. Just like random games. Doesn't matter what he had. The point is, he had games in cases with the artwork. And he was taking the discs out of the cases. If the cases were in bad condition, he was taking them out and throwing the cases in the garbage. And in some cases, if it was just like a really cheap game, he would just take it out of the case anyway. Canadian seller too, so I know the shipping costs, right? I'm familiar with Canadian shipping and Canada Post shipping costs. And I asked him in the comments because at the time I didn't understand why he was doing that. He never responded, meaning I interpreted that later as I think this is like a trade secret he didn't want people to know about. And I later found out why he did it because now I've done it a few times myself or similar to it. Like when I go to ship out Burnout, if I sell this on eBay, I'm not giving you this case. I added this case myself, by the way. All of these games I put in empty cases myself. I'm going to take those games out. Okay? When the seller shipped them to me, they were just in an envelope, all stacked together, 10 games. So I'm going to take it out because shipping just a CD, it's thin enough and lightweight enough that you get the rock bottom shipping prices. I forget what the exact price to ship a CD was prior to the price increases that they just did, but it was something like, I don't know, $1.25. Whereas if I go to ship a DVD case at the time, you might be paying $3.50. So when you're talking about an $8 game, maybe CB or CIB is worth $10 and the disc only was worth $8. Well, you make more money selling the friggin' disc only. Right? I'm just like throwing out random numbers here, but maybe CIB is only worth $6. You know, it's going to cost you $4 to ship it? $4 to ship? Hell, screw the $6 CIB. I'll put disc only up for $5 or $4.50 because the shipping's that much cheaper. Just to give you an example. Burnout games, very popular games. I know they are. I've seen them played. A buddy of mine had the 360 version. He played online. One of the ones online. It was probably Paradise. That was a big popular one. So next up, I got GTA Vice City. These sell like hotcakes. You wouldn't believe. Any GTA game, even disc only. I sell every single GTA game that I've ever had. It sold quick on eBay. You don't even have to wait that long. And I'm talking disc only. Even disc only. CIB probably even better, but they sell very fast, very common. It's just like a Halo 2. They're selling commonly. Hey, and guess what? The charts don't look too bad either. Beautiful charts. I mean, slow and steady. These are common games. They sold millions and millions, but the demand is high. Very, very high. And people like me, I didn't grow up with a PS2 on top of that. So people like me that never even owned the game back in the day or even got to play the game back in the day, I'm still buying GTA games to this day. The old ones. I never had the old ones other than the PS1 versions. PS1, GTA 1 and 2. Well, I didn't even have those. I rented those. Right, next up we got F1 2002. This ain't worth much. I'm not even gonna look it up, guys. I really don't care. I'm not gonna be able to sell this. I don't think it's rare, and if it is, great. Even if it is, I don't care. Those types of games, they're impossible to get rid of most of the time, and I'll probably try to trade it in. Worst case scenario, the pawn shop will give me $1. I mean, somebody might buy it. Somebody might buy it on eBay. Who knows? Ooh, this is a good one. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Very common. Greatest hits version. I'm a big fan of Need for Speed. Old Need for Speed games. Prior to the PS4. I like Need for Speed games. Hot Pursuit's always been a good series. Oh, that trades for 10. Price charts for $10.11. 1385 CIB. Nothing special going on. Ridge Racer 5. Namco. Ridge Racer games have been holding their value, guys. Like just about all the Ridge Racer games. A lot of people don't know just how well racing games have been doing value-wise. And of course, it's not just Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer being one of the lesser expensive games. Not super expensive, but it has a beautiful chart. And people don't know that. They think this is 2017 when you could have got a CIB copy for $3.95 USD. The chart here is in USD for those that are new. That's $15, 16 bucks today. You could have got it for $4, but you never did you? I bet you never did. You never did. Now you're thinking about it. You're thinking about it right now. You're thinking, oh, maybe I should buy Ridge Racer. I like Ridge Racer. I played Ridge Racer PS1. I like that game. I played it in the arcade. It's a good game, Namco. I got Ridge Racer Unbound, Xbox 360. That's a great game. Maybe I want Ridge Racer 5. Well, chart's going up, buddy. Price ain't coming down anytime soon. You're not going to get it for $4. Hell, you're not even going to get it for 10. Here's a whole bunch of other Ridge Racer games. Ridge Racer Type 4 is the most expensive. Ridge Racer 7, dang, $30 Canadian. Ridge Racer Vita, oh dang, that's must be a rare game, dang. Ridge Racer PlayStation Vita, dang. I'm looking for Xbox 360 version. Where'd that one go? Here it is, Ridge Racer Unbound, $32 Canadian. Not cheap. Oh, let's look at that one. Wow, yeah. Wild swings, but the trend is up. All right, Ridge Racer 5. Oh, yeah, game number 10, Burnout Revenge. Ooh. I've heard good things about this game too. I heard good things about that one. Oh yeah, this one was interesting too. I hope you guys like charts because I find it so fascinating when you see these wild swings up or these parabolic moves. And I always think like, what happened to cause this? And I didn't do a deep dive on this one. I don't have time to do a deep dive today, but we had a monster move and it has not dipped back down. It's like maintaining its value. So something happened exactly 1 year ago today, roughly. Used to be able to get it for $8.59 USD. And something happened a year ago, April 2024. And it started moving up. It hit a peak in December 2024, not that long ago. But it's like maintaining that $15+ level, between $15 and $20 USD. You know, maybe a YouTuber mentioned it. Maybe it was removed from stores, online stores or something. That sometimes can be a trigger event. A lot of times you need some sort of trigger event to get a move like that. Metal Jesus does a shout out, gets removed from an online store, rights issues with the cars, with the songs. Something happens. Well, the deals didn't stop there. Same seller. Every single game I'm showing you, I got from the same seller. Also got Ape Escape 3. And I am going for all of the Ape Escape games, but so far I only have 2 of them. I have 2 of the PS3 versions. I'm missing Ape Escape number 1 and Ape Escape number 2. These are also games that I never got to play back in the day. And I wish I got to experience them back then, but I do get to experience them now. CIB, of course. This is for my personal collection. I'm not selling this. What did I pay for that? I paid $24, but with shipping, because every time I bought a game from this seller, I got shipped right away. So it came to $27.19. But it price charts for, holy hell, I'm going to prison. I'm going to prison. 53 USD, which is 73.66 Canadian. And like I said, I feel bad. I know. I know I screwed the seller over. I know I did. But props to the seller for not scamming me. Right? All the props go to the seller. Most recent sold listing, almost exactly $76 Canadian. This is another 2005 release published by Sony, and it's the last of the Ape Escape games, and I think that's partly why the Ape Escape games are doing so well value-wise. It just keeps going higher. It's the last console release. There was some handheld releases after this. Like, when did this come out? This came out in, 2006. I thought it was 05. January 06. So hell, it might have even been the last release, but I think there was some handheld releases also that came out in 2006, maybe on the exact same day even. But regardless, it's the last of the Ape Escapes, and for whatever reason, they don't want to revive this franchise. I'm telling you right now, this is yet another candidate to become a $200 Canadian dollar game. In fact, I just about guarantee that it will get there.
What did he say?
But long term, it's gone from $11.99 to $54.82. That's 5x from where it was. Okay, it can easily double or triple from here, Canadian dollars. Because it's very unique from the other Ape Escape games. They didn't focus as much on the gadgets. There are vehicles that you can drive, but the main gimmick of the game was being able to transform into different costumes. So you would get a fantasy knight, and they all have different abilities. Like, it's like an RPG. It feels like an RPG to me. It looks like it's basically an action RPG, even though this is more of a classified as a platformer, action platformer. With all these transformations, it very much feels like an action RPG. You got your knight, you got your Wild West gunslinger, you got your ninja, you got your genie dancer, you got your dragon kung fu fighter, you got your futuristic laser gun shooter. You know, they got a whole bunch of gimmicks that you can morph into. And that's basically the gist of the game. That's it. But here's what I want to show you though, because some of you don't believe me. I want to show you something. You don't believe me on price. Well, even Ape Escape 2 is going to the bloody moon. Okay? 100 Canadian dollars today. If it's $100 today, you got to ask yourself, you think it could go to 200? Oh hell, there's a copy down here just sold for 200. The hell? April 10th? Who bought this? I mean, oh my God. See, I told you. Okay, this is proof. This is what I was just telling you guys. I said, you don't think this is going to 200? Well, somebody just paid 200 bucks right there. Because I know you didn't believe me. There's always somebody. There's always somebody who's new to collecting and doesn't understand the retro game market. And, that thing's going back down to 20. He's going to 20 before it goes 200. Well, buddy, it's already at 200. That's 221 Canadian dollars right there. This is probably free shipping if you were in America, so you can ignore the shipping down here. This is international shipping prices. This was $159.98 free shipping if you're in the States. Dang, man. I mean, maybe there's not that many on eBay. I don't know why this guy paid that much. Maybe he wanted a mint condition copy and this is it. Like what's the description say? Nothing. Nothing about the description. Nothing about the condition. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, most of them don't sell that much, but I mean, maybe it's getting dwindling in stock. Maybe this is going to 200. Maybe it's already at 200. Maybe it's at 200 as we speak, right? Okay, last game I got from the same seller, and then I'll show you the spreadsheet at the end because I ain't playing around. Midnight Club Dub Edition Remix. This is my third copy. I will discuss this game in more detail in the future. I paid $10 plus $3.19 shipping. It was letter mail cost at the time. $13.19 total Canadian dollars. It's another straight line up. Like the PS2 is quickly becoming the most collectible retro game console of all time. It's having price moves similar to that of the NES, where just about every game that was even mildly rare started going up. I mean, this game ain't rare, but it is very sought after. And this is the final release. This is not Dub Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. This is Midnight Club Dub Edition Remix. This is the sequel or the updated version, the definitive version of the Dub Edition. There's Midnight Club 3, then there's Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. This show you how popular this game is. This is a Rockstar game too, by the way. Like, you know this is popular. There's just people out there that collect every Rockstar game ever made. Even adding to the desirability of this game. CIB, of course. $10 Canadian I paid. Great game. This is the sequel to the sequel. Or the sequel to the update. The updated version of the updated version. Some people will tell you that this game is Need for Speed Underground on steroids. When I say some people, I say that I mean myself, I made that up. But some people do say that this is better than Need for Speed Underground. This is a competitor, a viable competitor to the Need for Speed Underground series, a much bigger and better competitor than Juiced 2 was, which I mentioned in my last video on PS3 games. Juiced 2, I mean, they tried. You got to give them credit. They tried, but they couldn't dethrone Need for Speed. They're up against Need for Speed Most Wanted. Well, Dub Edition here, Midnight Club is up against Need for Speed Underground number 2. Like, let's look up the release date on Underground 2. Look that up real quick. Oh, dang. Okay, so Need for Speed Underground 2 came out in 04. 04. So they had plenty of time to make improvements. With Dub Edition, which is 05. No, 06 for the Remix Edition. So even more time to make updates, okay? 06. March 3rd, 1306. 2 years after. 2 years they had time. The original Dub Edition, I think, was 05, though. What did they add in this version? They added 24 new songs. 24 new vehicles, which ain't no joke. It's not like this is a mild update. They're like, oh, 3 new cars. 3 new cars, call it an update. No, this is a serious upgrade. 24 new cars, 25 new songs, and new races and battle maps. And a new game mode called, I wrote this down too, Tokyo Challenge. Tokyo Challenge. As to which game is better, Need for Speed Underground 2 by default being the upgraded version, or Midnight Club Dub Edition Remix, I think it's an eye of the beholder thing. I'm a little bit biased perhaps, but I will tell you Need for Speed Underground 2 because of the soundtrack. But keep in mind, that said, there was only 27 song tracks in Need for Speed Underground number 2, and there's something like 124 in Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. It's a lot. 124 licensed music tracks, updated from the previous 98 tracks. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Shout out to all the Patreon supporters. Thank you for the support. Honestly, it does mean a lot. It means a lot. It's the thought that counts. It's the support. The thought behind the support. You know, it's not about the financials. You know, that's why. But the minimum donation is $1. Okay, on my Patreon, it's about supporting me, and your support is what motivates me to keep the channel going. Right? It shows me that there's people out there that enjoy this content, which sometimes is quite shocking, because I didn't, many years ago, I didn't think that other people would enjoy this type of content. I make the content that I enjoy. I like talking about video game prices. To me, and to many other collectors I have found out through doing this channel, there are people out there that the prices and the price trends, predicting the future, making market predictions, for lack of better wording, this is all part of the hobby, right? We want to find the rare games. We want to find the hidden gems. We want to find out what hidden gem exists out there. How rare is it? Is it common? Is it not common? Why would the price go up? Okay, you need to look at a game. Just because you find a hidden gem doesn't mean the price is going to go up. You got to do a market analysis. Okay, what would cause the price to go up? Or then you look at another game over here, like Ski-Doo Challenge for the Xbox 360. You look at that game and you say, why is the price up on that? What's going on here? What makes that game unique? Why is that one up and the PS3 version isn't up? What's going on here? And then you do a deeper dive and you figure out, oh, okay, maybe the print run was lower. Maybe this happened. Maybe that happened. Maybe they changed something, added some patches, took away some patches, you know, whatever it may be. Better graphics, better gameplay, something different. That happens a lot of time. Anyways, guys, I've been ranting for far too long. If you liked the video, please smash the like button and consider joining the Patreon. I will have a link in the description below. Shout out to all the Patreon members who have ever supported the channel at any point in time. Crypto Overnight, William S., Trevor M., and even the OG, the very first member, Chocolate Thunder. Don't forget to leave a comment below.